Hey pals, welcome to 100 miles, 100 days on a $100 treadmill. I'm Tanya, that's Crookshanks, and today is day 22, just the day after Christmas. Got a lot to talk about, so let's get started. Okay pals, you ready to get walking? Let's turn this thing on, do our countdown. Come on everybody, here we go. And let's go ahead and ramp it up. Get this party started. I'm so glad you guys are here with me again today. Let all of the Christmas day off of you now. Back to semi-normal life. I hope you guys had a good Christmas, or whatever it is you celebrate, Festivus for the rest of us, I suppose. So yeah, I wanted to just talk to you guys about, Disneyland and stuff. I thought that I would start out today with inviting anyone new to the channel that is maybe just joining us because, just like me, you just got Disneyland tickets for Christmas. Now, I've been kind of planning this whole thing, started doing this 100 miles in 100 days challenge because I wanted to get in better shape for my favorite thing to do, which is go walking in Disneyland. But today I thought, what about all the other people who might have gotten Disney trips for Christmas? Today is a great day to start getting walking. Get yourself in shape for it. So yeah, to introduce you to what we do, all I do is take a walk every day, and I walk a mile, and that's all I do. And it's just to get me up and moving and getting me a little bit stronger every day for when I actually get to now take my trip to Disneyland on March 15th, which will be 100 days from when I started this challenge. So if you're just joining us because you just got tickets as well, and you don't know where to start, here's a good spot. Just start today. Just walk a mile. You don't have to do anything fast. You don't have to do my speed. You just do your speed. And we only walk for about, I walk for about 45 minutes and I clip it down to 20 for you guys to have a workout with me. And yeah, you'll just be that much stronger when you get to your trip by doing just a little bit every day. All right, so the first thing I'm going to start out talking to you guys about today is the fact that because I got these Disney tickets and we are going to be going, it doesn't take me long to start planning my whole entire trip. So the most important things that we have to get out of the way to begin with is, especially if you got these, the tickets that I got from Costco, you have to use them within a specific time frame. Actually, I can show you the front of it. So these are the Costco tickets. This is one of the few ways to actually get a paper ticket that you can keep as a souvenir. You don't get paper tickets at the park anymore. So these are, what they say on the back is special Disneyland 2-day ticket, 2-day park hopper with Lightning Lane multipass. Ticket not valid prior to 1/08/2026. So you cannot use this now. The first time you would be able to use it would be the 9th of January. And anytime after that. And then your first day, you go you pick your days, and so you can use this all the way up through June 12th of 2026. So what you need to know about that kind of thing is that when you use your first ticket, you have to use your second ticket within 13 days of the use of the first ticket. So it's usually pretty easy because you're most likely going on a vacation and you're going to use it within that time frame. But sometimes people don't know that you don't have, just because it's a 2-day ticket doesn't mean you have to use it in 2 subsequent days. You can use it in 2 days over basically a 2-week period. So what that means also, though, is that that second ticket has to be used by June 12th. So we're going in March, as I said before. We're going to be going on the 15th and the 17th. I like to give myself a day of rest in between parks or in between visits, because when I go hard. I'll be there from rope drop to close every day, and to be able to give myself a little bit of time to sleep in and use the hot tub and rest my feet is always a good thing in between, and Chris really appreciates that too. We have decided that vacationing needs to be a vacation. You know, as I've talked before, the only way I'm going to talk to you is about what I have experience with. And so what I have experience with is that we are in our early 50s. We are traveling just as the two of us, and we do things where we do some of the extra perks, and I tell you about those kind of things as we do them. So it's a lot of fun. Once you have your tickets booked, and you'll go through that process of picking the days that you're going and which park you're starting in. When you have a park hopper, you choose to start in Disneyland or start in California Adventure, and then at 11 o'clock in the morning you can hop to the other park, and then you can hop back and forth as many times as you want to after 11 o'clock. You just have to choose which park you're going to start in before 11 o'clock. I have not tested the theory as to if you choose a park and it's after 11 that you can just go to the other one. I would assume that you could, but I'm not positive on that, to be perfectly honest. Then what I start to do is look at where I'm going to fly into. So I've had a lot of people ask me about which airport is the best airport to fly into when you're going to Disneyland. So if Disneyland is your only destination, Santa Ana every time. You may find that you're coming from places that your best option is to go to LAX, but LAX is going to be like an hour drive to get to Anaheim, and it is a huge hub, and it's really hard to maneuver yourself around there. Santa Ana is a smaller airport. It's only 20 minutes away. It's a really easy on and off on the freeway to get yourself to Anaheim, to get off the freeway onto Harbor Boulevard, and you're there. It is one of the, we've done both. We've done LAX and Santa Ana, and I would never do LAX again. It doesn't matter how much money I was gonna save, because it really isn't any sort of savings to do it that way. So another thing I would suggest is, if you're flying from anywhere else and you can get a flight somewhere to Portland and then get that. They hop back and forth between Portland and Santa Ana continuously. They've got, gosh, I think they have like 6 different flights a day, depending on what time, if you want to go early in the morning or late at night. They have that basically a commuter flight that does that, and the prices just keep going down on those, so we just keep taking them. And then once you've figured out your flight, then you want to figure out where you're going to stay. I would suggest looking at some of the vloggers that do a little bit of traveling. They don't live right there in the area. I would suggest looking for some of them like SoCal Disney Dad, and they will actually stay in hotels, and so he has some really good advice and on staying in different hotels, because what he does is actually stay there, actually give you a review of what it's like to stay in that hotel. As opposed to someone who's just basically showing you a room and saying, here's what the room looks like. It's kind of nice. Because I don't know about you, but I really want to know, like, the sleep test. Like, is the bed hard? Is it really loud at the hotel? Is it just the best thing ever? What kind of little perks did you get that you didn't expect, and those kind of things. So we have been slowly putting together our own list of hotels that we like to stay at, because we do stay somewhere different every time we've been so far. And I definitely have places I'd rather stay and places I'd rather not. We stayed at the Grand Legacy this last time that we went, which is almost directly across the street from the entrance to the park. And that was so much fun. The room was great. It wasn't super quiet because there were several nights that road construction was going on. Super loud road construction, like that started at midnight and went until like 4 a.m. And that kind of road construction where they're using big equipment like saw blades and they're tearing up the road. So that wasn't great, but that wasn't the hotel's fault, because the nights where there wasn't construction going on, it was very pleasant to stay there. We were staying in a room that was not on the main drag, and if there had been fireworks, we could have come out of our room and been able to stand in the walkway and see them from our room. We could see the parks from the walkway of we were on the top floor, and we could see the parks when we walked down to the end to use the elevator, and that was fantastic. This time we're going to be staying at the Majestic Garden Hotel, and it is on the back side of Disneyland. And one of their claims to fame is that you're on the back side of the castle where they actually shoot the fireworks from. So you get this really great backstage view of the fireworks. Allegedly. I will let you know if that's real. And you know what time it is, pals. It's time to hydrate. I'm gonna use my bestie sent me a Stitch mug for Christmas. Whoo, good stuff. Another thing to remember is that no matter where your hotel is, Uber or Lyft is really easy to get at Disneyland. They actually have an area where you can go and wait, and the cars will come. It's like a dedicated place for Ubers and Lyfts to come through and pick you up. What is difficult about that particular thing is that there will be some predatory taxis in there, and they will be waiting as though they're waiting for somebody, but they're really not waiting for somebody. They're just like sitting around waiting for a fare, rather than someone who has actually ordered a Lyft and is waiting for their ride to come through. And what I've seen with those taxis is that they continue to kind of look for people who are looking a little lost, and they'll say, "Do you need a ride?" And they will immediately tell you it's like $20 to get you wherever you want to go. Where if you were taking a Lyft, it might be $7. So it's just, I would just say keep an eye out for those kind of things, because there are easier ways of doing it than just picking the guy that's right there because he's there. We also found that if you waited until, if you wait until the park closes to try to book your Lyft when everyone else is leaving the park and they're trying to book their Lyft, you're going to be waiting out there for quite some time, because the Lyfts will back up along Harbor Boulevard as they're trying to pull into that area. And even when the Lyft app will tell you they're 2 minutes away. Well, they might be 2 minutes away, but they also might have to wait 10 minutes in the line of cars to actually get through that little parking lot to pick you up. So it's good to be on the ball with all of that stuff and not get duped by the predatory taxis. So there's that. All right. So you guys want to ramp this up, and I don't know, where should we be walking today? Let's say we just got off of Guardians of the Galaxy and we need to head all the way over to get onto the Incredicoaster. That's all the way down over on Pixar Pier. It's like the opposite side of the park. And everything's, all those little pathways that used to be open so that you could sneak your way from Avengers Campus through Cars Land over to Pixar Pier. They're all closed right now under construction, so you can't do any of that stuff. So we have to go the long way. So let's go. Whew, that feels fast after all that Christmas food. All right, just had a fun trip on Guardians, came out, used a little hand sanitizer. There's a fun tip for you. There is hand sanitizer just about as often and placed in the parks as there are garbage cans. All right, we are out in the thick of things, walking down the big path, passing Cars Land, which is another place, by the way, that is quite amazing when it's dressed up for Christmas. I can see the bridge to San Francisco. But one of the best things in there is the fact that there's a bakery in there where they make all their own sourdough on site. They make all the sourdough for Disney California and for Disneyland. So when you get those bread bowls with soup or chili in them, they're actually made on site there. And it is some kind of delicious. All right. Coming down the boardwalk. We're making it. We're making it. And look, oh my gosh, Incredicoaster incredibly doesn't have much of a line. I feel like the biggest idiot right now because instead of turning the speed down, I turned my treadmill off. And it's not super smart, so it just restarted how far we've walked. So you'll just have to trust me that we went a mile, pals. Woohoo! All right, pals, that's day 22 in the books. Good job. I'm Tanya. That's my fat cat, Jim. This has been 100 days, 100 miles on a $100 treadmill. And there's my ears for the day. How cute are those? Happy Mickey! Bye, pals. See you tomorrow. I mean, seriously, who put the down button right next to the on and off button? I'm gonna have words with someone.